Good afternoon, children. Welcome to our science class. Now I'm going to teach you lesson 21, crop production and management. This topic belongs to biology. Crop production. Why we need a crop production? Because all the human beings and then none other than human being, we have many animals around us. So we all are dependent about the plant for the food. Plants also preparing their own food with the photosynthesis. So we are saying plants as a primary producers. Plants is the main source of the food for all the living beings. We have 3 meals per day. So every meal we need is food. So it was produced by plants. So crops. For the maintain the need of the world population, we need to grow more number of crops, then only we can satisfy the everyday's need. For the crops, we have many crops. We are growing the crops in the organic method as well as we are using the fertilizers, then we are growing. We are going to study what is the agriculture process, the rotational crops, seeds, and then the biofertilization and the functions of the Agriculture Research Institute. We have different seasons in our country based on the different varieties of plants, vegetables, fruits are growing. Based on that, we are categorized the crops, Kharif crops. So the Kharif crops which are sown in the rainy season. So depends upon the season only we are growing the plants. From the June to September are called Kharif plants. This is the period to grow these plants, especially paddy, maize, soya bean, groundnut and cotton or Kharif plants. Next, the Rabi, the crops grown in the winter season. Winter season, you know, but we can have a cold air will come and return place. From the October to March, Rabi crops are example wheat, grams, and then pea, mustard, and then linseed. So these are the Rabi crops. And then Zaid crops. They are grown in the summer season. The crops which are grown in summer season are called Zaid crops. Muskmelon, watermelon, and cucumber are the example for this Zaid crop. Then here they given crops cultivated according to the utility. So according to the utility means the availability. We are categorized as food crops and fodder crops. Paddy, maize are cultivated for human consumption. So every day the meal, for one meal we are taking rice as a main food. So it's a food crops. Fodder crops. These are useful for livestock consumption. Example, sorghum and millet. So every day we are not using millets. Often for once in a week or once in a month only we are taking. So it's a fodder crops. Then we have a fiber crops. Fiber means what? It is for clothing and then for a wide variety of dress materials we are using. These crops are used for cordage and textiles. Example, cotton and hemp. These are the naturally growing fiber crops. Then we have oil crops. So oil are useful in large scale for the cooking purposes as well as the industrial also. Example, groundnut and sesame. Ornamental crop. Ornamental means for the decoration purpose we are using especially flowers. These are placed in landscape gardening. Example, crotons and brogovillini. Our country is the largest producer of bananas and mangoes in the world. It is also the second largest producer of wheat and rice. So we are the first largest producer of bananas and mangoes. Then we are exporting to the other countries. And then we are the second largest producer of wheat and rice. Because in North India, many are eating wheat, that chapatis and all they are eating. In South India, rice is the main food. Next, basic practices of crop production. So what are the things? Ploughing. The first thing is ploughing, sowing, applying a fertilizers, harvesting, and then the last step is seed storage. For the next, after the crop yielding is over, for the next generation crops, we are going to yield with the help of the seed stored by the previous cultivation. And then all these activities has been a yield of a crop. Only our main aim to get a maximum amount of crops. Soil preparation, the most important thing, because based on the soil only we are going to get a variety of plants. What we can do, we need to lose the soil and then the growth of earthworms and then soil microbes. We need to maintain a nutrition present in the soil. We need a minerals, nutrients and then water, air to mix with the soil through, because when the soil gains this, it can give strength to the roots. So before yield day, before starting a crop, we need to do this essential preparation. Ploughing. Ploughing is one of the method, or drilling is the process of loosening and turning the soil up and down, because once the crop yielding was over, what we need to do in the upper layer, it loosens almost all the nutrition. So what we need to do, again those soil layer get nutrition. So ploughing, from the up and down we need to move the soil, then the nutrition present in the soil will be comes to the upper layer. Then we are having some of the steps to follow in the field preparation. Here we have some of the agricultural implements. Plough, either we can do with the help of the tractors, otherwise we can use it as a ox. Then hoe. Hoe is also helping to make a move of the soils from ups and down. And then cultivator, any one we can use to plough a land. Plough is it's mainly used for drilling the soil, that is to take a soil from upper layer to the lower layer. Either we can use wood or iron materials, or else the cultivator we can use and make this plough. Hoe is also a simple tool. It is used to do the same thing. Cultivator, with the help of the tractor we are making, because when the machines are doing means it is very faster than a human. So it's a fast work. We can make it easily. Leveling. After ploughing, what we need to do? Level. So once the field is ploughed, so the top soil will go to the lower soil, then the soil was loosened. Then we have to implement the leveler. So with the help of the heavy wood, we need to maintain an even floor. So like an even floor, we need to maintain a soil to be very even. Then basal manuring. Basal means before planting a seed, we need to add some natural manure to maintain a nutrition to give for the plant. Okay, after that, sowing of seeds. So first step ploughing, then leveling, then giving a manure. Sowing of seeds. So depends upon the season, we need to select a soil. Based on the soil only, which seed will grow nicely. That seed we have to sow. Either we can sow by hand or else with the help of the machine also we can do. Here in the picture they are showing about the sowing of seed. Seed drill. It is a modern method. We need to sow our seeds in a better and more efficient method than the sowing by hand. See here, the seed drills, the attachments in the box, they pour the seed over to that. Even a proper interval of time, the correct depth, the soil will be sowed by the soil, that seed driller. Dibbling. Dibbling also is a method, placement of materials in a furrow. Pit or hole at a predetermined spacing with the dibble. So we can make a small holes on the sand and then we need to fix the seeds over there. More commonly by hand, because it's the best method by the hand. The hole is pressured with hand or leg to moist soil contact. So it can contact the moist soil. Dibbling. Transplanting is the removal of actively growing seedling from one place and planting in the main place. So transplanting means we are moving to plant from one place to another place. So we are growing for one place and then for the further growth, those plants with the root, they are transferred to other place. Okay, then next one is adding manure and feed. After this sowing was over, we need to add the fertilizers for the growth of the plant. Manure and fertilizer. Manure means the natural fertilizer and then the artificial fertilizers also. So we need to add adequate amount of fertilizer and then pour the water to get a nutrition. So manure, organic substance also we need to add, and then organic manure helps to maintain the soil fertility, that nutrients can be kept closer in the soil, and then it is protecting for the soil erosion also. When the heavy rain comes, the flood time, it is avoiding for the nutrition losses of the soil. And then runoff of leaching, this is also increase the water holding capacity, soil aggregation and soil aeration and permeability. So why we need to add a manure? To avoid the irrigation of the soil. Fertilizers, it is a substance added to the soil. Example, urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash and NPK. So NPK is the commonly used fertilizers, synthetic fertilizers. It was prepared in the laboratory only, improve the quality of food because they are not allowing the insects and pests to waste the crops. See, here they given a picture, manure and fertilizer. Manure, with the help of a cow dung and the animal waste, plant waste we are using. Fertilizers, it's the minerals. Irrigation. So all the plants with the help of water. Without water, we cannot make a plant to grow. For the irrigation, we need enough amount of water. Regular intervals, we need to supply water for the crops. And then the fertilizers based on the season, and then which seed is suitable for the particular soil. And then the various sources of irrigation will be a pond, lake, river, dams and canal. Effective irrigation only, we need to get a sufficient amount of crop yielding. For the irrigation, we have a traditional methods and modern methods. For the traditional method, it is done by the manually. The farmers can pull out the water and then they are pouring into the particular farming field. And the next step is with the help of the motors, we are taking a water. We are using gases, biogases, diesel, electricity or solar energy for the irrigation of water from the well and then other area. From one place to another place. See, the olden days and all, they are using the manual methods, and then now we are using a traditional method with the help of the motor, electricity, otherwise biogases, we are making them water irrigation. In this modern methods, we have a sprinkle system, drip system. Sprinkle means evenly we can spray the water over the crops and then in the different timing as well as the regular interval. For the water scarcity, if it is a very hard time to do the less consumption of water, we can do this sprinkler system. The pump which is generated a pressure, with the help of the pressure connected to the pipes, evenly it is sprinkling the water through the nozzle pipes. So here this picture given for the sprinkler irrigation. Drip system, it is a water which is drop by drop exactly in the root zone. For directly it is connected to the root zone. For a pipe, hose pipe, that is with the help of the pipe they are pouring a water out. And then see here, near the root we have a tubes connected with that. There we have a hole, it releases the water at the regular interval time. And then based on the global warming, the global population is expected 9 billion by the year. Agriculture activities alone utilize 70% of the available fresh water. The available fresh water, 70% can be consumed by the production of crops. So efficient and sustainable water uses to needed for our future generation. Drip irrigation is a better, because how much the water is in, because when we are pouring the water, but that water was being absorbed only by the roots. So the irrigation method, drip irrigation, is useful. Weeding means the unwanted plants grow in the crops, we can call it as a weeding. To remove this weeding is an important process, because when these weeds are grown, it will not allow for growth of the particular crop. The nutrients will be stealed by these weed plants. So we need to remove these plants by the regular interval of time. In Tamil we can say kalai edukkaradu. Then the next thing, mechanical methods, common methods, and then physically the pulling of the weed is a mechanical method for a controlling of weeds. Tillage method, it is one practical method, destroying the weeds of all categories buried in the soil and also exposed to the sun heat by deep ploughing. Crop rotation. So regular interval of time, we need to do the crop rotation. We should not plant the same type of crops. So depends upon the time being, we need to change. Crop rotation will be needed. Summer tillage, it is a deep ploughing after harvest of rabi crop and exposing underground parts of weeds to strong sunlight during summer month is useful for destroying the many annual and perennial weeds. So summer season we can easily, it will get dried out, the weed plants. So summer season we can remove those weeds from the land. Biological weed control, it is a method for a biological agents controls the weeds. The biological control are not reductionable, and then the regulation of the weed population. Chemical methods are very effective in certain cases and have a great scope in a weed control. The chemicals used for the killing of weeds, we can call it as herbicides. These chemicals are mixed with water and spray over the crops. So these are the methods to control the growth of weeds in the land. Assignment for this class: answer the given questions. What are kharif crops? Explain the method of ploughing. What are weeds? Write the different irrigation methods. Define ploughing. Thank you, children. Have a great day.